Experience a world of choice. JN Money, from abroad to Yad, and Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
We ask our listeners and viewers to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
Live from Radio Cayman Studio.
This is For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Hear from your government officials, independents, and the opposition on issues that matter to you.
For the Record.
Engage in an open dialogue between residents and lawmakers.
With Orrett Connor.
Informative, impartial, insightful. This is For the Record. And now, your host, Orrett Connor.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, O land of soft, fresh breezes and verdant trees so fair. Today is Wednesday, the 19th day of November 2025, right here in the beautiful Cayman Islands. We do hope and we trust that everyone had a restful, peaceful, enjoyable evening. Those of you who are on our roads, whether you are a pedestrian, a cyclist, or if you're operating any type of motorized vehicle, we urge you to please be extremely cautious. Ensure that you observe the rules of the road, because the life you save may just be your own. We continue to hear of instances where drivers are ignoring school, the protocols, not the protocols, the law, ignoring the law, breaking the law when school buses are letting off and also taking on board children. We continue to hear cases of that, and in many instances, it is very difficult for anyone, or at least the bus driver or the conductor, to be able to identify or the driver, or to record a license plate or whatever. And again, this is extremely dangerous. We know people are calling for more police presence on our road, but as was said before, we can't have police presence everywhere. I still personally believe that the use of cameras, having cameras installed in those school buses, and if it means additional costs to government, then we shouldn't be questioning the cost of a child's or any person's life in terms of valuing it. We simply should go ahead and fund it if it means keeping those road users safe, or if it means holding persons, those lawbreakers, to account as well. So again, folks, please be careful out there. For those of you who are celebrating a birthday today, or if you've celebrated one over the past few days, we want to wish you a happy birthday or a happy belated birthday. And to remind you that the For the Record birthday shout-outs brought to you by Coca-Cola, who are proud to support your birthday shout-outs. Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands. You should accept no substitutes. Share a Coke with someone special. Those of you who have lost loved ones, again, we want to extend our sincere condolences to you. We hope and we trust that your faith will help to carry you through these extremely challenging times, and that the memories of your loved ones will be a blessing. Those of you who are ill and are either at home or at a medical facility here in the Cayman Islands or overseas, we want to wish you a speedy recovery. And again, this morning, big shout out to our colleague here at Radio Cayman, Mr. Joel Wilson. Speaking of loss of loved ones, want to extend our sincere condolences to the family of the late Miss Frida Blake. She, of course, was a schoolmate of mine, and there, over the past years, there has been a photograph circulating of that class, and she's included in that photograph as well. You would be able to see her there. So we want to extend our sincere condolences to her family as well. As far as persons being in the hospital, I have a friend up at the Shedder Hospital. Want to wish him a speedy recovery. Have another friend over in Jamaica who has just had eye surgery as well. Recovering, very having a speedy recovery, I should say, and successful recovery as well. Big shout out to him also. So, folks, I want to thank you for allowing Radio Cayman, and by extension, For the Record, into your homes, into your vehicles as you traverse the busy roads of the Cayman Islands, into your places of work, wherever that may be. As you know, For the Record is a show produced by the staff and management of Radio Cayman, and it is geared towards keeping you abreast of issues as they arise and play out on the local, regional, and international scene. I have the distinct honor and pleasure of being your host. My name is Orrett Connor, and you're welcome to join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 a.m. until 10 a.m. During that period, our phone lines are open. We have a toll-free number provided courtesy of Flow. So if you are calling from a Flow telephone, that toll-free number, 1-800-534-8255. You can also call us on 949-8037, 949-6990. WhatsApp number 925-3261 as well. And for those of you who are just joining me this morning, but if you have been listening to Chalo, as well as trying to remember the Buzz, the Buzz, Catherine Miller would have been operating from the studio as well. So we're in new temporary surroundings until our main studio has been refurbished. So things may look a little different. I believe they sound the same, and we're going to operate under the same protocols that we have operated in the past as well. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at the birthday shout-outs this morning. So we see Malcolm Ebanks celebrating a birthday. Malachi Ebanks. Thank you, Miss BBC, for that. Roy Connolly, also known as PT, celebrating a birthday today. Chris McLaughlin, celebrating a birthday today. Ella Ebanks, also celebrating a birthday. And the birthday greetings are coming from the birthday czar. I'm going to call her the birthday czar. Miss Jewel from North Side. Miss Jewel Ebanks from North Side. So those birthday greetings again. Malachi Ebanks, Roy Connolly, also known as PT, Chris McLaughlin, Ella Ebanks. We have others as well. Let me find those for you. First, yesterday, Mary Jane Scott celebrated a birthday. Tomorrow, the 20th, Dorcas Scott will be celebrating a birthday, as well as Grayson Thompson tomorrow. Today, also Jeremy Williams celebrating a birthday. And then I also need to give a happy belated birthday shout out. This was from Monday, but we were so busy on Monday. We had, so many guests and so many changeovers that I missed this one, but I made a promise that I would certainly give a happy belated birthday shout out. And that shout out is going to Jessie. It's coming from her brother. I should say Jessie Ebanks, coming from her brother Cameron, grandmother Sharon, grandfather Kenneth, also from Dad Reese and Mom Sasha. Say, may God continue to bless and guide you. You are a beautiful person inside and outside. Never lose your kind and loving ways. Love always. Again, coming from your mother, Sasha, and father, Reese. So we want to give that happy belated birthday shout out to Jessie as well. If you know someone who's celebrating a birthday or any other momentous occasion, please let us know right here on For the Record, and we will give them a birthday shout out. You can do that via our WhatsApp number, which is 925-3261. We do have a caller. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Yeah, good morning, OC.
Good morning. How are you? And a happy belated birthday to you as well.
Hey, man, thank you, man. God bless, I'd like to say congratulations to my Scottish friends in Cayman Islands on their team getting to the World Cup yesterday.
Yes.
A hard fought victory, but it shows you will see what discipline and patience can do. I felt so happy for them, man. Have a good day, my brother. Later.
Oh, before you go, I also see where Curacao has qualified. And that the smallest country, smallest nation in the world to have qualified, by beating Jamaica, 150,000 population size.
Well, see, I don't want to hear nothing about those small island business. I want Cayman to put money into this. If you're serious about it, maybe one day we'll get there too.
But but caller, don't you think that we have been around long enough now and have participated long enough that we should be making much greater strides than we actually have been making? Do you feel that we should be holding up those in a position of leadership more accountable in terms of our accomplishments? And when I say leadership, I'm not talking about the politicians. I'm talking about the heads of these various sporting organizations.
See, you're my brother, man, because I'm home all the while, and that's just how I think. Something is wrong here, man. From the 70s, we were up the Annex and West Bay. We'll see that's the best Caymanians have ever done in football. I don't know what happened, but if that had kept together, maybe we'll be in the World Cup this morning too. You never know. Yeah, man, I just hope for the best. But something is wrong with us. We're not putting enough money into this. Coaching is not what it should be. I don't know. I just don't know. God have mercy on us, and one day, probably, we'll get there.
Well, hopefully. We certainly look forward to it.
I don't want to hear nothing more about no small island business. And 150,000.
Yes. 150.
They got there.
Yep. They certainly have.
Okay, have a good day, man.
Thank you. You do the same. Folks, we're going to take a commercial break. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
The Wesleyan Ministry Society saw its peak during the 9-month stretch of Reverend John Mearns' tenure in 1842. Mearns, a dedicated man, preached and administered communion in 5 places across the island, frequently traveling 50 miles per week on horseback. This also saw the district of West Bay become home to the first Wesleyan chapel and a second chapel being constructed in Prospect. Congregations as large as 140 members were also reported in central Georgetown. The legislature was very accommodating to Reverend Mearns, permitting him to reside in the parsonage which had been built for the Anglicans and to use the courthouse for service. However, when it came to payment, the legislature later voted down a motion to provide Reverend Mearns with a £5 per quarter subsidy. The motion was defeated 9 votes to 8.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Rotary Central Music Extravaganza tickets, sizzling hot and moving. Get your tickets now. Grand prize $40,000. Second prize $4,000. 6 $1,000 prizes. Sellers prizes up to $5,000. Get your $25 ticket from Rotary Central members. Rotary ticket sellers across Cayman. Eventpro.ky. Funky Tangs, Shudden Road. Rotarian Annie Rose Scott in Cayman Brack. A.L. Thompson's Home Depot, Georgetown. And other locations. Rotary Central Cayman Islands. Supporting more than 70 projects across our community, across the Cayman Islands. The 30th annual Rotary Central Music Extravaganza, Saturday, November 29. Jamming with Sugar Daddy, Los Tropicanos, and musical crew at Salty's Harbor Grill, Red Bay. Your ticket, your chance through Rotary Central.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Hey, new drivers, don't just drive, drive smart. Cynical and Inspire Cayman's Safe Driver program will show you how. Get real-life simulator training and classroom sessions to help you gain experience, stay alert, and avoid accidents. Learn to recognize risk, manage fatigue, and make smart choices behind the wheel. Certified participants may even pay less for Cynical motor insurance. Learn more and register at cynical.ky. Cynical, keeping Cayman covered.
Did you know that you can send money transfers to financial institutions anywhere in Jamaica with JN Money?
You mean I can send money straight to my account and cut out the middleman?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. You send your own money to your own account, giving you peace of mind that the money is in your account.
JN Money Transfers to Financial Institution is another convenient service offered by JN Money. You can have this done from any JN Money location. Deposit your money straight to your account without the hassle of asking someone to do it for you. JN Money Transfers to Financial Institutions, making life easier.
This summer, happiness is better when you share it. Coca-Cola invites you to share a Coke with someone special. Grab an ice-cold Coke and find a name. Maybe theirs, maybe yours, maybe a surprise. Because nothing says you matter like sharing a smile and a Coke. So who will you share a Coke with today? Find your name, find your friends, and share a Coke. Available now. Stores island-wide.
The Super American Circus is back in Grand Cayman, December 5th to 7th at the Lions Center Christmas Village. Experience jaw-dropping aerial ballet, thrilling high-wire acts, acrobats, a BMX stunt team, comedy, clowns, and non-stop holiday magic. It's 45 minutes of fun and excitement for all ages, supporting acts of random kindness and one-to-one charities. 8 shows, 3 days. Get your tickets now at ticketsplus.ky or eventpro.ky. The Super American Circus, where holiday magic meets world-class entertainment.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. I'm your host, Orrett Connor. No guests in the studio yet. We're not sure. I've been in communication with the leader of the opposition, and of course, we know that Finance Committee is still meeting. They're scheduled to meet early today as well, so it's quite possible that they may not be able to get into the studio, hopefully. If time allows, someone may be able to call in and talk a little bit via the telephone if that is possible. We do have a caller, and I'll go to that caller in a minute. But I have been asked to send birthday greetings to Miss Jewel Borden, who's celebrating her birthday today as well. And of course, this was shared with me via my sister, Arlene, asking to send birthday greetings. Miss Jewel Borden, little Caymanian history for you. If you didn't know, Miss Jewel's father, the legendary CB, Mr. Clifton Borden, her mother, Miss Gladys, sisters Marie and Lois, and brother, it was just, on Floyd, brother Floyd. So Floyd, the brother, Lois, the sister, Marie, the sister as well. Miss Jewel Borden, there's her sisters and brother, her mom, the late Miss Gladys, and father, the late and legendary CB, Clifton Borden. Let's go to our caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, OC. How you doing?
Hey, good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, I hope that the elected members will show you a little more respect. If they're scheduled, which it's not a hit and run thing, it's something that has been dedicated. Wednesday is dedicated to the opposition.
For the opposition,
right?
yeah.
So that's nothing new.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we do understand that, with Finance Committee, I think they were scheduled to start
at 9. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
What I'm saying is pick up the phone and say, "OC, we're not going to be there today, or we're coming late," and that goes for not just them,
Uh-huh.
That goes for any of the government entities that is scheduled.
Yeah. But I was in correspondence with them I was, not just this morning.
I'll let you know if they're coming or not.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
On the last caller, we will not get anywhere until we start putting the required amount of funds into the advancement of us into sports.
Mm-hmm.
For too long, a lot of our politicians were not inclined in sporting events, and a lot of their kids were not sports kids. So that was why I think, in my opinion, no emphasis, no funds were placed into kids. Remembering that we never got any proper facilities on where football is concerned, and track and field until Mr. Bush, the Honorable McKeever Bush, came into power.
Mm-hmm.
I've been around the world with Jeff Webb, going down to Mexico. The kids goes to the facility and they put their fingerprint, their finger, on the scanner,
mm-hmm.
and it scans that individual and tells him right there on the monitor what he have to do before he report to the coach. They're the kind of, you got to see those types of facilities,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And making it to the World Cup. So making it to the World Cup is really, really, that's never heard of. That is never heard of. It's only big countries that make it to the World Cup. And if you can remember, Cayman beating Jamaica back in the day, that was the reason why Jamaica, in my opinion, made it to the World Cup. Because after being beaten by Cayman, which was never heard of,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
the Jamaica government step in and say, no, this is an embarrassment. This can't happen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We are firing every single last Jamaican that have anything to do with this football fraternity. We're bringing in the Brazilians, and they brought in the Brazilians, put money into the system, and bam, they made it to the World Cup.
Didn't we have a Brazilian coach here at one point in time?
Yeah, we had 2 Brazilian coaches that came in and were changing up the system and demanding, but we didn't want to facilitate the demand and the monies and all that kind of thing. We wasn't ready. I think the funds were there, but we don't think that throw in money because, see, we still look at football as a poor kid sport, you know. Or you give them a boot and a pair of shoes, not even and a ball, and they chase it up and down. You know, that's most basically the attitude. But you got 18, 19-year-old kids in football leagues now that value $380 million. You know, so other people are looking. I think that football generates the most revenue of any other sport. You know, there is, yeah. But I want to say that because of the gentleman that called earlier.
Yeah, but question for you also, Lord Graham. Don't you think over the years that we have spent a considerable amount of money, you know, on football in particular, and to see where we are today, you know, we have not gotten any return on our investment? I don't think we're spending enough money. I remember back in the day when I was the manager of the national team, Dr. McField. I was, the manager of the national when the Brazilian was here, and Dr. McField, Frank McField was the minister. What Dr. Frank did was implemented where if each player that turns up for training will get a stipend, every individual player. So we had a huge group of players. We had parents bring in their kid to training to make sure that they're there for training, because if you miss training, they would subtract from your stipends and give to the kids that got full attendance. Okay. So you had parents making sure that they come, and parents calling me, Graham, the check ready yet? You know, the check ready yet? You know, that it was like $400 or $500 a month, I think it was, for additional if they come to train, not to play, you know, to come to show their effort to train. And as soon as he was that was not in that position any longer, that stopped. That stopped, yeah. Okay. But it's really enough money. But that doesn't speak well if you have to pay someone to incentivize them to get out there and train. Well, Osei, you got to remember now, a lot of those Caribbean islands, not small islands like how they like to call us, like them gentlemen I mentioned a while ago. A lot of those islands, you know, for a person, a youngster, to go abroad, to leave his country, that is one of the easiest way for him, or probably the only way for him to go abroad. Yeah. So they show more effort. They will walk, hitch a ride from Mobile to come to Kingston, or from St. Vincent or wherever, to go to wherever the training is established, so that they can make that team. That's their way. That's their way out. Lord Graham, I'm going to interrupt you because we have to go to the 8 o'clock news. But as you know, the phone lines will be open, for the entire show, unless we have guests in the studio as well. Welcome you to call back. We're going to be talking, about lots of things, some controversial stuff, as well. Welcome you to call back, folks. Top of the hour, 8 o'clock news. And just before we go, very quickly, I've been also asked to give a birthday shout out to Mr. Gavin Dixon, who's celebrating his birthday today. Gavin Dixon, happy birthday to you as well. Folks, top of the hour, 8 o'clock news. For the record, we'll be back immediately after the 8 o'clock news.
Thank you so very much, OC. And the time on Radio Cayman is now 8:01. And this time signal is brought to you by Foster's.
When you're on the go, the experienced team at Foster's Pharmacy are here to help. Drop off your prescription while you shop or WhatsApp us and we'll prepare it, ready for your arrival.
Whether you need prescription or over-the-counter medications, blood glucose testing, or advice on vitamins and supplements, we're here early in the morning to late at night. Both of our locations at our Camana Bay and airport stores are open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Monday to Saturday.
For more info, visit fosters.ky/pharmacy. Foster's Pharmacy. Better health because we care.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
Big changes are coming for gov.ky.
Oracle's announcement that it would end its web-based content management by December of this year forced a major pivot. The Department of Communications has been leading the transition of gov.ky, government's primary digital ecosystem, to the LifeRay platform.
Speaking in Finance Committee, Premier the Honourable Andre Ebanks told MPs without the replatforming, gov.ky and approximately 60 other government websites would just stop working.
A system failure of this magnitude would have risked losing public trust, exposed government to legal and compliance issues, and interrupted essential communications. But with challenges come opportunities. The new platform delivers improved accessibility, search optimization, and analytics capabilities.
The Premier says the refit is expected to cost about $2.3 million over the next 2 years.
This project also establishes the foundation for the new digital delivery unit within the Department of Communications, responsible for maintaining, governing, and expanding the gov.ky ecosystem.
So far, government has been able to migrate, quote, priority sites and have prepped 36 core entities for transition and have done content audits, user testing, and technical onboarding for multiple ministries and agencies. A parliamentary debate over immigration reform took a dramatic turn when Caymanian Employment and Immigration Minister the Honourable Michael Miles withdrew controversial remarks comparing the Cayman Islands work permit system to human trafficking. Radio Cayman's April Cummings reports.
During Finance Committee, the Honourable Michael Miles didn't pull any punches on how he sees abuses and loopholes in the work permit system.
This isn't a secret, so let's stop talking about this as if we haven't heard this stuff. It's here, and it is human trafficking. We can call it whatever you want, but to me it's human trafficking, and we've made a lot of money off of it as a government.
Opposition members erupted in protest. Former Speaker of the House, former Premier, and now opposition member, the Honourable Juliana O'Connor Conley, cited parliamentary standing orders against imputing improper motives to other members.
Human trafficking is the unlawful act of transporting or coercing people in order to benefit from their work or service, typically in the form of forced labor or sexual exploitation. Are you still maintaining that those are your words? Human trafficking in the context of a debate in the parliament about members who are now currently sitting in this parliament?
What I've developed over time was a system where there's constant turnover of workers, became a source of revenue at the cost of human dignity, whether we want to admit it or not. That is the form of human trafficking.
After a break, the minister returned with a clarification and an apology. He requested specific lines from his statement be removed from the parliamentary record.
It was a reference to the exploitation of workers. When, for example, workers are deceived into coming here for a job that doesn't exist and thus being exploited. Many of our community know this practice is taking place. Nothing in my statement reference members of Parliament being involved. I'm not accusing any current or former member of Parliament or their families or participating in the statutory crime of human trafficking.
The Honourable Juliana O'Connor Conley thanked the minister for the retraction, but Deputy Opposition Leader Kenneth Bryan raised additional concerns about other comments regarding former ministers. Committee Chair the Honourable Rolston Anglin intervened in an effort to move the proceedings forward.
I will undertake to work with the Hansard team to ensure that there's no such reference in the record, if that would be satisfactory to members.
After the extended debate over parliamentary procedure, Deputy Opposition Leader Kenneth Bryan suggested members move past the controversy and focus instead on the substance of the immigration reforms, including upcoming amendments and regulation changes. April Cummings, Radio Cayman News.
Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which takes us out of the newscast. I'm Karsley Fuller.
BBC News with Vigialis. At least 19 people have been killed in one of the deadliest Russian attacks to hit western Ukraine since the war began. Residential tower blocks were struck in the city of Ternopil. Other cities and energy sites across Ukraine were targeted overnight by a barrage of drones and missiles. BBC News with Vigialis.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Join us today and be the key to breaking down HIV stigma and getting educated. The Cayman AIDS Foundation is a nonprofit organization working diligently to eliminate HIV stigma and to help make a difference. We are dedicated to overall wellness, community campaign, and education outreach programs. Know your status. Get tested today. Early detection could save your lives. Call the HSA and make an appointment. This message has been brought to you by the Cayman AIDS Foundation.
Starting January 1, 2026, the minimum wage in the Cayman Islands will increase to CI $8.75 per hour. This change is designed to ensure fair pay and to support workers across the islands. Whether you're an employee or an employer, it is important to understand how this adjustment affects you. Learn more about the new rate, how it's applied, and what it means for your workplace by visiting gov.ky/DLP or email minimumwage@gov.ky.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Britcay, where people come first.
Wait, why is she going into that spooky house? Who's that creepy old guy? And where are her friends? Why is she going in the basement? Nothing good is down there, sis. I bet you the creepy caretaker did it. Did you see his fake eye? Okay, maybe not the caretaker.
Hush.
You hush. I'm solving a mystery.
We're like the person who doesn't ruin the movie. CG Britcay. Good like that.
It is now time for another weather update right here on Radio Cayman 89.9. A very good morning to you. The current temperature is 83 degrees Fahrenheit, but it feels like 92 degrees with wind speeds of 7.4 knots and winds being in an easterly direction. Humidity is standing at 82%. And the pressure is 101.6 millibars. Today, expect partly cloudy skies with a 30% of morning showers, 30% chance of morning showers, becoming mostly fair. Temperatures are expected to rise to the mid-80s, and winds will be east to northeast at 10 to 15 knots with higher gusts, and seas will be moderate with wave heights of 3 to 5 feet. Tonight, expect mostly clear skies with a 20% chance of showers, and the temperatures are expected to fall to the mid-70s. Winds will be east to northeast at 10 to 15 knots with higher gusts, and seas will be moderate with wave heights of 3 to 5 feet. In a look at our tides today, expect a high tide this morning at 9:37, a low tide this afternoon at 3:32, and a high tide again at 8:18 tonight. Sunset today will be at 5:45 and sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:37. The outlook is for similar weather conditions through to Friday. And that is it for your weather update. Coming up in just a few, we have your traffic update. This is Radio K-Man 89.9.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Britcay, where people come first.
Do you know that conditions may change suddenly in an emergency and you may have to leave at a moment's notice? When a hurricane threatens, you should have a grab-and-go survival kit. This kit should include your personal identification and other vital documents, which should be sealed in a watertight pouch or container. For more tips and information, visit the Hazard Management Cayman Islands office or caymanprepared.ky. This hurricane tip is brought to you by Hazard Management Cayman Islands and Radio Cayman 89.9 FM.
The Super American Circus is back in Grand Cayman, December 5th to 7th at the Lions Center Christmas Village. Experience jaw-dropping aerial ballet, thrilling high-wire acts, acrobats, a BMX stunt team, comedy, clowns, and non-stop holiday magic. It's 45 minutes of fun and excitement for all ages, supporting acts of random kindness and one-to-one charities. 8 shows, 3 days. Get your tickets now at ticketsplus.ky or eventpro.ky. The Super American Circus, where holiday magic meets world-class entertainment.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Did you know ordering your favorite sandwich from Subway just got easier? Yeah, picture this. No more waiting in line. No more fussing with cash. Just a delicious taste of Subway at your fingertips. With our new app, ordering your go-to sub is as easy as a few taps on your phone. Plus, receive exclusive deals and earn loyalty points with every purchase made on the app. Download the new Subway app today and get ready to ditch the lines and drive straight into your flavor. Visit the App Store or Google Play Store on your mobile phone and search for Subway Cayman Islands. Subway. Eat fresh.
It is now time to take another look actually, at what's happening on some of our roads. A very good morning to you. If you're stuck in traffic, good morning. Don't worry, you're in good company with us right here on Radio Cayman 89.9. Talking about traffic, if you're coming from Agnes Way onto Crew Road, you're in for a bit of a delay. Bumper-to-bumper traffic bumper-to-bumper traffic in that direction. And along Crew Road, yes, traffic is moving at snail's pace, and just about the same on Bobby Thompson Way heading towards the Smith Road Junction. Yeah, traffic is backing up, but I do hope that it will disperse in a few. Yeah, we know that it's like this at this time of morning, so good morning to you. If you're traveling along 7 Mile Beach, traffic is flowing smoothly in both directions. If you're coming from Huldah Avenue heading into the CNB roundabout, as a result of the traffic further up, of course, you know there's a build-up heading into the roundabout. So exercise a little bit more patience this morning as you make your way in. For those coming from the east on the east-west arterial road, traffic is not looking too bad at the moment. Well, not until you get further into town, further nearer to town, then, you know, traffic is going to get a little bit crazier. But if you are heading to, or you are in the vicinity of the Island Heritage Roundabout, traffic is looking good. And if you're heading towards the west, yes, those in the west, I don't hear them complaining about traffic a lot in the mornings or the evenings. But of course, you know, everybody can't live in the west. So if you're heading towards West Bay, and maybe you have an appointment at around 8:30, you should be good because I'm not seeing much activity heading into that direction at the moment. All right, that is it for your traffic update brought to you by Subway. Coming up in just a few, we rejoin Mr. OC with For the Record, so make sure that you get ready to call in. This is Radio K-Man 89.9. It is 8:15.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
When I first started going to Healthcare Pharmacy, it was because it was convenient. But over the years, I continued to shop there because I trusted them. One day I was picking up my prescription, and the pharmacist noticed an over-the-counter medication in my basket. She said, "I hope that's not yours. It will interact with your prescription." And I thought, wow, thank you. Trust is so important when it comes to your health. Healthcare Pharmacy with 2 locations, Grand Harbor and Governor Square, where they care about my health.
Social media, X, formerly Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Interact with our talk shows on YouTube. Download our official Radio K-Man app, or you can log on to our website, www.radiokman.gov.ky. You can also add us to WhatsApp
on 925-3261.
All the latest information, breaking news, community events, and more. Radio K-Man.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record, broadcasting from our new studio, new to me. Heard Mr. Charles Glidden reflecting on his earlier days at Radio K-Man and, this studio as well. But we, of course, our main studio is being refurbished. So meanwhile, we are operating from this smaller studio where we're able comfortably to accommodate 2 guests in the studio, plus the host as well. Nice and cozy, 1 camera. And I'm trying my best to look into the camera as often as I can to make this as personable as I possibly can, but you can make it even more personable by calling in and chatting with us. Toll-free number 1-800-534-8255, 949-8037, 949-6990. WhatsApp number 925-3261. And we have another birthday shout out to Miss Jewel Borden coming from Miss Jewel from North Side as well. So she wanted to give her a birthday shout out. Let's look at a few of our things that are happening within the Cayman Islands, government notices as well. So we see that the NICE program registration, the opening of registration for the 2025 National Community Enhancement known as the NICE program. So registration runs from yesterday, the 18th of November until the 23rd of November, 5 days registration, with the program scheduled for the 1st to the 12th of December 2025. The ministry, planning, lands, agriculture, housing, and infrastructure, they have pointed out that they appreciate your support for this program, as well. And folks, just remember those dates. Started yesterday and it runs until the 23rd. Let's get the location in terms of where it is. Got to open up this PDF. So it says that the Ministry of Planning, Agriculture, Lands, Agriculture, Housing, and Infrastructure, under the leadership of the Honorable Johanna J. Ebanks, is pleased to announce the return of the National Community Enhancement Program, known as the NICE program. Gave you the dates that it runs. The NICE program continues to play an essential role in enhancing public spaces across the Cayman Islands. Participants will contribute to a variety of community improvement activities, including roadside and park maintenance, beach cleanups, and support for infrastructure upkeep, helping to ensure that the Cayman Islands remain clean, safe, and welcoming. Honorable J.E. Banks, Minister for Planning, Lands, Agriculture, Housing, and Infrastructure, emphasized the importance of the initiative, and I quote, "NICE is more than a short-term employment program. It empowers Caymanians to take pride in maintaining our communities while gaining valuable work experience. I encourage all eligible individuals to participate and support our collective effort to enhance and preserve the beauty of these islands." And just a little bit about the NICE program. The National Community Enhancement Program provides short-term employment opportunities for Caymanians through structured community improvement projects. Participants gain practical work experience while contributing to the upkeep of public spaces and the overall enhancement of the local environment. Again, enrollment opened yesterday, the 18th. It closes on the 23rd of November. You can apply. How to apply applications. Applicants may register online via wkf.ms/ there's a whole lot to this, or there's a QR code that you can scan as well. I believe you have several callers on the line, so let's go to the phone lines. First caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Hello?
Hey, good morning. How art thou?
I'm all right, go. See, I'm all right. I'm frustrated, you know me. I really have to wonder. You know, wondering is a kind of sad thing, you know, it makes you do all kind of thing when you wonder. No, I was listening about the cynical with the driver's business there, business and all that, okay? And, you know, they say, okay, we are the first, we doing this, we spearheading this for safe driving, and we want to encourage all the insurance companies to come on board and join into this, you know, make a safer road, do this, you know what I mean? Okay, what I would like my representatives and the people from Cynico to take, because the government runs something. Okay, listen to me. We want to start a program. We want all insurance companies coming on to this immediately. As of 2026, anybody that don't go through driver's education program in the Cayman Islands, we will not be insuring them. Period.
You mean that's the position that the insurance companies should take?
Well, see, right now in Cayman, I see about 8 people with cars driving, teaching people to drive. And brother, if you think that they could drive, then you would trust me with a big spliff in my mouth and a beer in the cockpit of Cayman Airways. And I don't believe I do that. Right?
Right.
So that is what is on our road. People teaching people to do something that they don't know nothing about.
Teaching them their own bad habits.
Good, thank you. So that would eliminate half of the problem on the road. Okay? See, we have a mentality with drivers on the road is my car, you know. I drive it how I want. Am I right or wrong, brother?
That's the mentality. Yeah.
You know it, and you know where it originates from, right? It's my car.
Mm-hmm.
I drive it how I please. Park it where I want. You understand?
Yep.
And nobody said anything about it. Plain and simple. Now, another thing that we really need, I see people walking around the Cayman Block and Grand Cayman. They look more like them Hamas soldiers than a daily worker to me. You see how Hamas dress up?
You're talking about with the hoodies and stuff.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
Scarves.
you.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for myself, and I know that you know, the only how you can cover up your face is if it comes from a doctor saying you need to mask up yourself for protection of yourself and the community. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But there again, we can let it just stay there and fester and fester and fester. Then we can try to do something about it. But tell me something now. Oh, see, I'm asking the government today, right? Two things I got ask them. One, anytime anybody catch speeding alongside of the worker, like CUC worker, NRA worker, and anyone worker, sometimes you go through the speed and your license gone for 6 months and $500 fine. Automatically. Because all the government got to do or help the companies do, put a little speed camera on the truck bumpers or on the roadside. Pick them up, and you're not going to chase them down, you know. You just go to where they park and say, well, what you went through here doing 45? Come. You go in court tomorrow, your license on for 6 months, $500, period. No, it's no question asked, and that will stop that. Now, another thing, OC, the littering laws in the Cayman Islands, right? Hello?
Yep. I'm hearing you. I'm listening.
Yeah, how long they been there? OC? 25 years. And
Probably longer than that. Yeah.
Okay. And all I see out of that is little signs, but the size of a matchbox. Please do not litter in. Please do not litter. You know something? Look here. Take it out of the books. It's a waste of time.
Yeah. It's very difficult to enforce. It's very difficult to enforce. You have to really rely on people in terms of their own personal approach to cleanliness and everything. To say, listen, you know, I don't throw this out of the window of my car, or I'm walking on the street and I'm eating a candy bar, and when I finish with it, I throw it down. Those are things that it is very difficult for laws to address. It has to be discipline, the human and the individual discipline.
Oh, see, I know that. I can't do rappers and that thing, but I talking about when people will for the dumping stuff.
Okay.
Blatantly throwing stuff. And see, every Caymanian now got a phone with a camera in it. Because every fight happen around a bar, anything is on the social media. So, all the law have to stay, and I spoke this from when the Costa was on his talk show. The fine was $500 be to increase it to $1,500. And it's what you call citizen policing. Anybody that use the camera, take a picture of somebody littering, they get $250 reward. It's what you call citizen taking care of the country. But you know that come from Elvis Jeffrey McKeever. So that ain't going anywhere. You understand? Because it makes sense. And it's so easy to do. I am sitting down in my truck park right now. If I see somebody coming to dump something, I take a picture of it. What you gonna tell me can't go court? It's a picture, right? It's see when the first thing police ask for, and somebody broke your place, you got camera. So if the camera can work for burglaries and robbery, why it can't work for littering? But like I say, see, that coming from Elvis, you know, I gonna make you guys have a nice day. I gonna try. I go and look some pepper trees to plant and make my life a little easier. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your input, your contribution as well, folks. We have another caller on hold, but we're going to go to a commercial break. When we return, the conversation will continue. Don't change that dial. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Hey, new drivers. Don't just drive smart. Cynical and Inspire Cayman's Safe Driver program will show you how. Get real-life simulator training and classroom sessions to help you gain experience, stay alert, and avoid accidents. Learn to recognize risk, manage fatigue, and make smart choices behind the wheel. Certified participants may even pay less for Cynical motor insurance. Learn more and register at cynical.ky. Cynical, keeping Cayman covered.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite Band-Aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. Don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Big news at Cayman Airways. We've added more flights to Miami and airfares start from just $80 US each way plus taxes. You heard that right. This fare is less than the taxes and fees. Whether you need a day trip or an afternoon flight on a Friday, Cayman Airways has you covered for that Miami trip with fares as low as $80 US each way. Some conditions apply and these cheap seats are limited, so hurry and book your seats today at CaymanAirways.com. More flights, more trips, more Miami with Cayman Airways.
Babe, not tonight. You keep poking me and I need to be rested for meetings tomorrow.
What? I was almost asleep. That's the mattress spring I keep telling you about, not me. We really need to get a new mattress.
Tossing and turning, back hurting, can't sleep? It might be time to turn in your old mattress and go to bed with a new one. Browse the huge mattress showroom at Brand Source Home Gallery and pick the perfect mattress today. With mattresses to suit every budget, Brand Source Home Gallery stocks a wide selection of sizes and styles like pillow top and gel memory foam. So stop tossing and turning and sleep better tonight with a new mattress from Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We have a caller on hold, and then we're going to also have the Deputy Leader of the Opposition, MP Kenneth Bryan. We're going to have him on the phone line as well. Let's grab the caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning again. I hope you're not going to be cutting me off to go to know I'm a politician online.
No. We have everything timed. We have everything timed.
Yeah, okay. I want to touch quickly on what Elvis was saying. See, we got people coming here that don't know how to drive, learn to drive here in Cayman, coming from a complete different system and teaching people how to drive. That should not be so. That should only be for people from here to teach people how to drive. Yeah, just want to move on. See, getting back to sports. You're a sportsman. We're coming in the area of cycling. You know for yourself there to be able to go out on the road and ride decently and stuff like that, you got to buy, according to Craig Marion, a $20,000 bicycle like what OC got, right? Okay, so it's money. It takes money. Back in the day, OC, when their scholars football team was on top of their game, they had revenue coming in from the Mr. Jim Powell was a big sponsor of theirs, to the point where they had their own festivities, social, which were bringing in thousands of dollars. So it took money to get them to where they were. Then we come into town. The scholars, the Strikers football team, at the top of their game, we had the late, big, giant, Big A, Kent Rankin, God bless his soul, behind them, and got them to the level where they were. Then we move up to East End. Big A did some sponsorship there also, but East End had major revenue by controlling the bonfire in East End, which was a major thing, to the point where they used to go to Indiana to a tournament that they won 3 years successfully, consecutively. In Indiana, 3 years they won the tournament, to the point where Lee Ramone, which was one of our top players, would leave his school to go over to Indiana to take part with them, play with them into the tournament. 1 year they won it with Canada being one of the teams that was in the tournament. East End got to a point where, well, all the trips, they would take even the very turtle meat, conchs, everything that the players were used to Indiana with their personal chef, the late Doyle McLean. God bless his soul too. As chef, they even took their chef. They didn't trust eating the American food.
Yeah. So you're saying that we're not doing that anymore? You're saying that those things are not happening anymore?
No, scholars are no longer scholars. Strikers are no longer strikers. East End is no longer what they used to be. East End, the great giants. Back then, see, if the government, if the ministers of sports and stuff had that access to the money that they could have put into just those three teams alone, see, they could have taken players from those three teams and make a great national team and put funds into it to represent us overseas. Because East End would go to Indiana, I told you, see, and without no help of no government, and represent to the point where they won the tournament 3 consecutive times with Canada being involved. Okay? So we had lots and lots and lots of talent just within those 3 teams, right? Okay. And then we had the Huda, the Gile. Even me, I coached East End to championship with the help of Kent Rankin, you know? Okay. Say that I want to move on quickly now.
Yeah, very quickly. I got another caller on hold before
immigration reform. See, every time that we come up with something, we get kicked down or beat down about an immigration reform that are not in the favor of others. I heard on BBC News, the mother country now, have moved immigrants or refugee status from 5 years to 20 years. They got to be now in the country 20 years before they can get any type of status. And if they get it, and a couple of years or a year after, the country of origin where they came from have become democratic or become a safe place now to live, they automatically lose their status, UK status, and sent back to the country where they come from.
And don't forget.
So I know you can Google that. I know you're a man that do research. You check that out.
And don't forget now that they one of the former prime ministers there, who was she was Home Secretary at one point in time, Theresa May, and one of the remarks that she made was that they were going to create a toxic environment for immigrants in the UK. Those were her remarks, several years ago when she was Home Secretary. Yeah. Lord Graham, thank you.
Let's hear what the deputy got to say now.
Yes. We'll have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay, let's grab the next caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, O.C. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
I am blessed and highly favored beyond all measures.
Excellent.
I just want to tap in this morning with a few things. Elvis was talking about the littering. Well, I am so happy that they have raised that littering fine to $5,000 from $500.
Mhm.
That is awesome. But at the end of the day, we need enforcement. No, he was saying that they were saying something about not accepting the pictures. The police have dropped the ball in so many areas. It is so sad to see that they don't choose to exercise and uphold our laws and to carry out our laws. Because during the campaign, the election campaign, I was videoing. I saw this Filipino came into Washington Boulevard, Greenwood Drive, park on the side of the road, threw garbage out of his vehicle on the ground. Mind you, he was about 20 steps away from a garbage bin. And I approached him on camera and I questioned him why he do that, and if he knows against the law. He's sorry, he's going to pick it up. Nevertheless, this is something he said on camera, this is something he do all the time. And I took that to the police station, and the police, it was his sergeant. I don't remember his name right
That's
now.
okay. We don't have to call a name.
He was he wanted to find a person and warn the person. And I tell him, hell no, we ain't doing that today. We ain't doing that because the police is always complaining that no one wants to give evidence. There's no evidence. There's no proof, and not willing to go to court. Here I am with evidence, presented myself, and willing to go to court. And you're going to tell me that you want to just go and warn him? I had to went as far as to text the deputy commissioner to let him know what was going on, and that was when they decided to take a statement from me and send it off to DPP.
Okay.
The last I heard of it from months is that it was the DPP said they were going to carry it to court.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. But the problem is, no matter how much they put the fines, it's the enforcers. The problem is the enforcers.
Okay.
Because they feel, I don't know if it's because it's, what do we call it, petty crime. If they don't wish to waste time, they don't wish to file that report, to do that report regarding littering.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where we have dropped the ball.
Okay.
Another thing with the police, I had a prowler in my yard one something in the morning, 1:16 to be exact, in the morning. And my alarms went off, so I called 911. And when I called 911 and give them the information, almost half an hour before police arrive at my residence. Almost half an hour. And the police, mine I'm in Park, and the police is right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the station is. And you got one Fairbanks, that they could deploy from Fairbanks. Almost half an hour. God is so good. Suppose that person had intentions of breaking in my house and harming me. But at the end of the day, it took them almost half an hour to reach into Windsor Park. For years, I am complaining about the unsafeness of vehicles parking on our sidewalk, in our streets, that pedestrians have to walk around these vehicles into the street. I have one particular tow truck.
Caller, I'm going to ask you to abbreviate it for me because we have to go to a commercial break. Go right ahead.
I have one particular tow truck parks on the corner of Talbot and Anthony Lane on our sidewalk. Call the police, they go there and they go back and report, or they didn't see anything.
Mm-hmm.
That time the truck slept on the sidewalk the whole night. Who is it that we hold responsible?
Yep.
Who do we hold accountable for this kind of slackness?
Caller, thank you very much. We are going to go to commercial break, but Ms. B, here's what we're going to do. We're going to say hello to MP Brian, so that we have him on the line, and then we go to the commercial break, immediately after we welcome him. How about that, Ms. B? Okay. Deputy Leader of the Opposition, good morning, sir. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. Connor. Good morning. Good morning to your listening audience. It's good to be on. Sorry I'm not there in person, and I look forward to talking to the people after the break. So.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Folks, we're going to take a commercial break. When we return, then we will be talking with the Deputy Leader of the Opposition, MP, Mr. Kenneth Bryan. Please stay tuned.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Your dream home starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
There you go, sir. Thanks for choosing JN Money Transfer.
Boy, thanks to JN Money Transfer, I can stay right here in Cayman and pay Mama bills back home in Jamaica. Her water, light, phone, and other bills never late. Every month I pay everything in one place.
Make payments to over 30 companies in Jamaica through JN Money Transfer. Fast, affordable, convenient. Call 1-800-744-1163 for details.
Big news at Cayman Airways. We've added more flights to Miami and airfares start from just $80 US each way plus taxes. You heard that right. This fare is less than the taxes and fees. Whether you need a day trip or an afternoon flight on a Friday, Cayman Airways has you covered for that Miami trip with fares as low as $80 US each way. Some conditions apply and these cheap seats are limited, so hurry and book your seats today at CaymanAirways.com. More flights, more trips, more Miami with Cayman Airways.
Get ready to move for a great cause. The Cayman Islands Conference of Seventh-day Adventists presents the Lasco Cayman Adventists Annual 10K Run Walk 2025. It's all happening Sunday, November 23rd, starting at 4 p.m. Walkers, runners at 4:30, and the kids start at 5. Register today at CaymanActive.com or visit the Adventist headquarters on Walkers Road. Entry fee just $25 KYT. All proceeds go to the Youth Camp 2026. So lace up, show your spirit, and let's make a difference together. Sponsored by Lasco and Praise 87.9 FM, the voice of hope for the Cayman Islands.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We have the Deputy Leader of the Opposition, MP Kenneth Bryan, on the line with us. And I think he basically wants to hear from our listeners and our viewers, as well. But we want to give him an opportunity, for some opening remarks, talk about Finance Committee, as well. I also want to apologize to a caller that we had on hold, but we will certainly accommodate your call if you do call us back as well. Mr. Bryan.
Good morning, Mr. Connor. Again, good morning to your listening audience. Sorry I'm not in studio today. As you are aware, we're still going through Finance Committee, going through the $2.5 billion budget. So that's taken up a lot of focus and time to investigate the monies and where they're going and stuff. So today may be the last day for questioning in respect to the ministries Next up, we have the Ministry of Tourism, and after that, the Ministry of Environment and HSA and Health. So it's been a very busy 2 weeks, but a lot of things revealed in the Finance Committee thus far. I know that a lot of people are talking about the new tax, new revenue streams created by government and the discussions thus far. So as per the opposition, we're going to continue to do what we have to do in respect to questioning some concerns we have, but ultimately we see where the government is doing, I guess, what they need to do in order to raise the relevant revenues, and we happily are now actually starting to get more details as to what they're going to do, because unfortunately the budget debate was inadvertently cut short, but each minister thus far that didn't speak in the budget debate, which was only 2 ministers, the rest of the ministers didn't speak. They were awarded, they unconventionally allowed to give an opening statement in their Finance Committee turn to unveil their line items. So I'm happy that we're getting more details so that people can actually know what's going on. And their statements that are published at Parliament, so if people want to read them or listen to it back, they can always go back to Finance Committee. But yeah, a very interesting 2 weeks, a lot to reveal. I'm still looking for the feedback from the public in respect to, I think the biggest thing right now is how these fees are going to affect the average person. I think the government is trying or suggested that these fees will not hit the average person. I don't think that most people are agreeing with that. There's some way where some of these things are going to trickle down, but some of the fees are necessary in order for the government to raise the revenue they need to be able to offer the services that they have. So I'm not sure if there's any particular questions that you've heard over the last couple of days that we haven't been on that's specific that you would want to hear from the official opposition in response to the proceedings thus far.
Well, there's one in terms of today's headlines in the Caymanian Compass, and it says that government fees rise to fund costly civil service. I haven't been able to read the article in its entirety, but again, we see the finger being pointed at the civil service in terms of costs, government costs. But at the same time, demands are being made for services, particular services that in many instances only the government really, has the capability of providing them. And I'd like to get your comments in relation to that, because with every new administration, there's always the pressure, and we hope that we don't end up with a Elon Musk here in the Cayman Islands and a Doge, someone who's been set to cut the civil service. We know that there has been a hiring freeze and everything. So if you could comment on that, and also whether or not you're satisfied, because in listening to Finance Committee, I heard you question the Attorney General in relation to our Constitution and the non-discrimination clause in our Constitution, and whether or not any of these increases or because they are directed at non-Caymanians, whether or not they could withstand any legal scrutiny or any legal challenge.
Okay, thank you. Two very pertinent questions. First, let's deal with one with the civil service. I want to put on record that, we appreciate everything that the civil service does. And sometimes as a country and as a people, we don't appreciate what we have until we lose it. Or you experience what service is like from the government agencies when you go to a different country and you realize how terrible it is. So I want to take my hats off to all the civil servants, the hardworking civil servants. Are we always wanting to strive to do better and be more efficient? Of course. But it's also important to highlight that the civil service is the number one Caymanian employer in this country. So let's not forget that. And as we are trying to even increase that further with a rollover for non-Caymanians within the civil service, that will take some time over the years before you start to see that initiative take hold and you see more Caymanians in the civil service. So we've got to take that in mind. The other part that needs to be focused on is that, yes, the cost for the civil service running will increase, but it's not necessarily due to bodies, as per what I've seen in the budget, but more so to the cost of health care, insurance, and cost of living adjustments, which happened in our term where we gave the civil service 5% increase. And that's because since COVID, they didn't get a cost of living adjustment. And to be honest with you, I think they deserve another 3 to 5% based on the cost of inflation since COVID, since the last time they had one. So I know people like to use it as a political football. I don't get caught up in that. The hardworking civil servants do the best they can, and if you do it in comparative nature to the rest of the Caribbean, we have the top civil service across the Caribbean. So I think but you know, they're the political football that people like to pick on. But I'm not going to get caught up in that. They work hard. We could always improve, even me. In respect to your second question, I think it was to do with let me finish the last end about the Elon Musk approach. obviously, AI is growing globally, and it's going to be used for efficiency purposes to make things a lot easier from operations. I think the approach I would never support a decline in the civil service, but more so how do we use AI to make sure we don't have to do more further increases within the service and be more efficient, but never to do any loss of jobs or anything like that. Anybody who comes with that, they will have full frontal opposition from me in that respect, particularly because there's so many Caymanians in the civil service. Moving on to the second question about the legality to implement fees on non-Caymanians. I'm quite happy that my colleague, Christopher Saunders, highlighted the point within the Constitution that spoke about the ability to use discriminatory matters when it comes to revenue collections. Now, the sad part about this is we have never been a jurisdiction that is willing to challenge and put our foot down and let the courts decide. It's like we're afraid to be challenged by the courts, so we don't implement things. My question about that was because of previous rulings with a different matter. I think you may recall that at one point a previous administration tried to implement the fishing restrictions on non-Caymanians, and that was ultimately overruled or decided that it could potentially be seen as discriminatory, and that was the legal opinion at the time. So I don't think the legal department has given the government an advice paper to Cabinet yet, as far as I'm aware, or was informed in Finance Committee that they haven't got a legal opinion on it yet. But the focus of what the Attorney General said in Finance Committee is you have to assume that the government has the legal right to do so once they pass it by law. Whether it will be challenged or not is another question. That's up for the courts. But I think the Constitution is quite straightforward in respect to this area, and it does give indication that you will have the authority to be discriminatory by way of revenue measures. So basically, for the common man that's listening, yes, we can charge non-Caymanians fees that you don't have to charge Caymanians. That's basically what the Constitution says. So at the end of the day, the government has to do what it has to do in order to raise the revenue necessary for the things that they find as a priority for their administration. And I'll never try to undermine that. My biggest concern is the revenue measures, which are taxes and fees, whether those trickle down to the average person. And that's probably the biggest discussion today, which is like something as simple as we found out that there's going to be a 3% increase in water authority fees. We talked about the work permit fees, which is something that everybody's like, increase the work permits because they're non-Caymanians, but they also affect small business owners and so forth. So it's going to trickle. There's going to be a little bit of a trickle-down effect. These restrictions on the driver's licenses and the licenses of the vehicles, I think there could be a potential trickle-down back to the average person. So, for example, you have a helper and you get a vehicle, that person has to drive, those kinds of little minor things. So there is potentially an opportunity for further inflationary costs. I asked the question about the inflation rate of 2.5%, which is projected to be over 2026, 2027. And these new fees have not been calculated into that. Rate.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm assuming that they're going to have to do a recalculation of the projected inflation rate over the next 2 years. I'd be looking forward to Economic and Statistics Office new reporting update to the inflation. And that's why I've been so adamant about the cost of living adjustment for the civil servants. Because they will have to deal with these cost increases. We just increased the minimum wage. One of the big questions was, people depend on helpers and so forth. So these costs are going to jump. But you can't always just adjust just because of the cost of increase, because we'll continue doing that until we're higher out of the clouds. So it's a balancing act, but thus far the biggest concern is whether these new revenue measures are going to trickle down to the average person. And unfortunately, I do have that fear, but again, it's all projections. And I'm not an economist, but I think most people aren't. But most people have that feeling. So that's the biggest issue thus far. Deputy
Leader, I'm going to ask you if you can hold on so we go to our headline news. When we return, I want to talk a little bit more about the constitutionality of the bill and some of the measures in the bill, bearing in mind, and you would know that usually when legislation is being considered, part of that checklist is whether or not it complies with our Bill of Rights and our Constitution. So we could talk a little bit more about that, and also to say that some civil servants are already asking the question whether or not they're going to get a little boost, this December, as well. So thank you very much for hanging in there.
I'll answer that because I did ask that question. So we'll give the people an update on that when we get back.
Excellent. Folks, top of the hour headline news. When we return, we will continue our conversation with Deputy Leader of the Opposition, Member of Parliament, Mr. Kenneth Bryan. Please stay tuned.
Covering Little Kim and Bryan.
Cover me. Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
Drivers, plan ahead. The National Roads Authority has scheduled roadworks in West Bay at the four-way stop by the Centennial Towers, continuing tonight between 8 p.m. and 6 a.m. In addition, they're removing a traffic island at the junction of Main Street and Shedden Road in central Georgetown by Elizabethan Square tonight between 7 p.m. and midnight. In international news, at least 25 people have been killed, including 3 children, in a Russian drone and missile attack on the western city of Ternopil, which hit 2 blocks of apartments. Another 73 people were wounded, 15 of them children, according to officials, in one of the deadliest Russian strikes on western Ukraine since the full-scale war began in February 2022. 2 other western regions were hit, and a drone attack targeted 3 districts in a northern city, wounding more than 30 people. Power cuts have been affecting a number of regions across the Ukraine. Then both chambers of U.S. Congress have agreed to order the U.S. Justice Department to release its files on late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The House of Representatives overwhelmingly approved the measure in a 427-1 vote. The Senate said it would pass the bill before it officially receives it. U.S. President Donald Trump must ultimately sign off on the measure, which he says he will do. He recently reversed his position and urged fellow Republicans to vote to disclose the records following pushback from many of his supporters. Those are your headlines. I'm Karsley Filler.
More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
HSA's orthopedic clinic has relocated to the second floor of the Smith Road Medical Center. Our dedicated team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons treat conditions ranging from spine to ankle injuries in adult and pediatric patients. We offer minimally invasive procedures from ligament reconstruction to hip and knee replacement. If you have experienced an injury due to sports or day-to-day activities, call 949-8600 and schedule an appointment with HSA's orthopedic clinic, now located at the Smith Road Medical Center.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. It is my pleasure to have on the phone line with me Deputy Leader of the Opposition Member of Parliament, Mr. Kenneth Bryan. Mr. Bryan, we also have the phone line open up on the other end so we could actually have a three-way conversation. So we do have a caller on the other end. I want to give you an opportunity to address, what was put to you before we went to the commercial break, and then we can entertain the caller after that.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I think my recollection of the question before we went to the break was more so about the honorarium or potential Christmas bonus. Unfortunately, thus far, I asked this question up to last night when POX was up for Finance Committee questioning, and it doesn't seem like there is any provisions available for that. Sadly, there has been no cost of living adjustments either budgeted within the 2-year budget. Now, I want to premise that on the basis that it's normally never budgeted. I was expecting it to be budgeted now because we're trying to change our approach so that we can budget properly and then people know appropriately exactly that what's going to happen and that there's monies available. But I'm confident after hearing from Ms. Gloria Maxfield-Nixon, who is the acting deputy governor, that normally what transpires is they try to be more efficient and then maybe potentially finding the necessary savings within that year to see if there's enough money to pay for that adjustment. I know we were accused of giving money to the civil servants before last year, and that's fine. I think that's a little bit of politics. I think that the civil servants deserved it, and I would do it again if I had to. Matter of fact, I regret not doing more then because now I realize that they may not get any this year or potentially next year. But maybe if we can be efficient, maybe if the revenues projections come in further than we projected, there will be enough money there to do the cost of living adjustment. But as for the Christmas honorarium or bonus, it doesn't seem like there's going to be anything this year. Maybe the minister after Finance Committee can do some magic with the numbers and give the civil servants, the hard-working civil servants, something for the Christmas. But at this point, it doesn't look positive at all.
Okay. All right. Let's go to the caller now. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. On the other end, on the other line, is also Deputy Leader of the Opposition, MP, Mr. Kenneth Bryan. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Hello, good morning, Mr. OC and MP, Mr. Bryan.
Good morning, good morning.
I didn't realize he was going to be on the call this morning, but it's always a pleasure. Well, since you're talking about the honorarium for civil servants, as a past civil servant and as a past chief officer, I only make this observation. I do not think it is right that the government or the civil service says that they are going to pay honorariums based on cost savings. Realistically, in our budget preparation, our budgets always falls short of what we need to run our organizations. So the concept that there are savings to be made is an artifice, if you understand what I'm saying. So the effect of that is that we are actually finding money and deciding not to do certain jobs or certain
at the expense of other areas. Okay, yeah.
To support the public in order to keep up appearances that we can now fund an honorarium. I believe things like this should be budgeted in the 2-year cycle, and it should be planned for. It is unfair to the departments and the ministries, because in good faith, they are preparing their budget to try to meet the needs of the work that they have to carry out. It is unfair to ask them to, on the 11th hour, midstream, to find cost savings. There are no cost savings. I believe that I had raised this when I was a chief officer during a finance committee, and I spoke about that. I am no longer bound by the confidentiality or the silence of the civil service, right? But I do think that there is an opportunity to have proper planning, proper projections, be transparent on this issue. So I encourage MP Bryan and any of the other MPs up there to take a second look at the approach of granting honorariums. I am not saying that because of this it should not be granted, because there are many, many years where the civil service goes without pay increases, inflation goes, nothing happens, and then they're always on the back foot, right?
Yep.
To increase the salaries of civil servants, and particularly for the skilled and the professional staff, it is very hard to retain professional staff when their salaries are not, I wouldn't even say keeping up pace, because it never keeps up pace with the private sector, but it's falling so far behind that it makes it untenable for them to stay. So I just want to raise that. But for Minister Bryan, MP Bryan, my apologies, was there anything in the budget about how the government, any major projects that the government was going to put in place on a technology point of view to bring about efficiencies in how it does business for the public? The reason I ask this is because we do not have a joined up civil service in terms of information sharing that will make it easier for government departments, but also easier for the applicants, the public, to deal with the civil service. You have to go and buy this from this civil service department to produce this record in another civil service department. The government has the record. All you should have to do is pay a fee, and they can pull and they can access. You just pay the fee for the record wherever you are, and the department that you're dealing with should be able to verify the record, right? Also, tickets, traffic tickets, highly inefficient process within the government and how it engages with the public. I do not know what is happening with the RCIPS. I do not know what funding is in place to bring in the e-ticketing, but that needs to be dealt with urgently, right? And there are so many other technology projects, but if the government and the civil service really want to have efficiencies in government, it's not about reducing the civil service. That's not going to work. It is about how can the processes in the civil service work faster and work more efficiently so that we can keep up pace with the volume that we have to deal with. Thank you, MP Bryan. I invite you to comment, and also you too, Mr. Connor. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, caller. Minister Bryan? Deputy Leader of the Opposition, are you hearing us? Hello? I think we may have lost him on the phone. Deputy Leader of the Opposition, if you're hearing us, if you could just call us back. Let us know whether or not you heard what the caller had to say in that regard in several issues, very poignant, and certainly she knows what she's talking about as well. Meanwhile, where are we? 9:15. Let's take the commercial break, and then we'll see then whether or not we can link back up with MP Kenneth Bryan. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
Big news at Cayman Airways. We've added more flights to Miami and airfares start from just $80 US each way plus taxes. You heard that right. This fare is less than the taxes and fees. Whether you need a day trip or an afternoon flight on a Friday, Cayman Airways has you covered for that Miami trip with fares as low as $80 US each way. Some conditions apply and these cheap seats are limited, so hurry and book your seats today at CaymanAirways.com. More flights, more trips, more Miami with Cayman Airways.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite Band-Aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. But don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Babe, not tonight. You keep poking me and I need to be rested for meetings tomorrow.
What? I was almost asleep. That's the mattress spring I keep telling you about, not me. We really need to get a new mattress.
Tossing and turning, back hurting, can't sleep? It might be time to turn in your old mattress and go to bed with a new one. Browse the huge mattress showroom at Brand Source Home Gallery and pick the perfect mattress today. With mattresses to suit every budget, Brand Source Home Gallery stocks a wide selection of sizes and styles like pillow top and gel memory foam. So stop tossing and turning and sleep better tonight with a new mattress from Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
At Kirk's Home Center, we can make your life much better. We got it all together. We got a great deal in store for you. From cookware to stereos, from power tools to plumbing supplies. Yeah, we got the best goods with the best price and a service to make you smile. Kirk's Home Center, we got a great deal in store for you.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. We have reconnected with Deputy Leader of the Opposition, MP Kenneth Bryan. Apparently he was hearing us earlier, but we weren't hearing him as well. We do have another caller on hold as well, so we're going to let Mr. Bryan respond to the last caller, and then we will link him up with the next caller after that. Go right ahead, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. Again, I want to say thank you to the previous caller for her contribution. A very astute Caymanian woman, well respected, and I thank her for adding her voice to the political narrative or the democratic narrative in the country. So thank her for that. And I have to say I agree with her, both of her positions about the concern of the lack of budgeting for it, because it is unfair for departments. I think her point was that if you do savings one end, that means you're not doing something that you were intended to do previously. So it puts a lot of pressure on the civil service to deliver at the same time, try to address the cost of living adjustments or honorariums. So I think we are both on the same page in respect to that. As per the efficiencies in technology, I think I'm happy at least that I've heard. But talk is talk. I'm waiting for the action. But I heard from the Honorable Acting Deputy Governor that they're going to be trying to use more efficient services through technology and AI even to be able to deliver some of those revenue collection opportunities. I think she gave the example of ticketing with the Royal Commanders Police Service and in other areas of revenue collection.
Right.
It does one of two things. Allows us to do it quicker, faster, and get those revenues in that we need, but also it could potentially help in jobs, lack of less need for more employees. And I want to make sure this is clear. I'm not suggesting that any civil servant not be there, but with natural attrition, maybe you can reduce the service by way of saying you don't have to hire more because you're using technology to your advantage. But the biggest concern here is that we have to get more Caymanians employed in the private sector because naturally, and I support this, we are trying to make sure that we hire as many Caymanians in the civil service because they're not getting the rightful opportunity in the private sector. Those who are skilled and trained and educated at a very, very high level, they're not getting as great opportunities. So they come back to the security of government, which has better benefits, pension, insurance, and so forth. But while we're trying to be more responsible with our hiring and not ballooning the civil service, you were fighting that with the fact as well, you know, these are people that are coming back home from school. These are professionals who got themselves upgraded. But if the private sector doesn't want to hire them, there's a kind of a level of obligation to put them in the service as much as we can. So once we get a better handle on the employment within the greater economy, maybe we won't be so much pressure on the civil service in that respect. But yes, there has been some agreement to be more efficient using technology and AI advancements of the future. But that is, I am in the opposition. I'm only telling you what they have said, but I'm definitely going to be keeping them accountable to those words that they use over the next 2-year cycle with the $2.5 billion that will be eventually approved, hopefully by now and tomorrow.
Also, Mr. Bryan, it doesn't necessarily have to mean reduction in the size of the civil service either, because you could then read those persons who are sort of being replaced by AI could be redirected to those other areas where more manual services are required as well and just simply be retrained.
Agreed. Divert them to another area where there's deficiencies, more support. So I 100% agree with you. But the mandate has to be one of not leaving Caymanians in the service out. If you technically look at it and you're trying to do a reduction of any sort, and I don't think we need it. I think we just need to remanage our service in a better way. I think that there's going to be natural attrition anyway. You're going to have some Caymanians who are retiring. You're going to have non-Caymanians that you can say, you know what, we don't need that contract anymore. Just don't give them a new contract. That's part of the rollover strategy. But people are thinking the rollover on non-Caymanians within the civil service is a magic bullet. The truth is, the civil service has the option not to renew these contracts because they have to be renewed every 2 to 3 years. That's obligatory according to the POC's personal regulations. So I want to make sure that people are not expecting the rollover of non-Caymanians within the civil service to do something that they can already do. But I think that is more so for the immigration component of rights to become Caymanian eventually with the PR system. That's what that is going to control, not the employment part. That employment part is fully in the control of the Deputy Governor and his authority under Section 55 of the Constitution. So But yeah, I agree with her call, so I appreciate her calling in, and she's just pointing out the things that the opposition is already highlighting in Finance Committee in respect to make sure you appropriately budget for these honorariums, cost of living adjustments, so that you're not depriving other policy areas of deliverables because you're trying to save money to make sure that you can adjust the salaries rightfully for the civil servants.
Yep. Let's have the other caller join us, MP Brian. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. You're on the line with Deputy Leader of the Opposition, Member of Parliament, Mr. Kenneth Bryan. Caller?
Good morning again, OC.
Good morning. Good morning.
I did not got a response to my question regarding our police. Maybe Deputy can put his input on this as well regarding our police, which is another area to bring in revenue for government, right? We have a lot of parking issues that is not being addressed. We have a lot of issues where we find that the police would go back to the station. When we make a report, we'll go back to the station and put in the system, the vehicle was not found or was not seen when the vehicle is spent the whole night in the said location that was reported. How can we hold these police accountable to do their jobs? And I feel that, honestly, I feel that the police can bring in a handsome revenue if they was to act according to our laws. But because of a lot of friends and only one person having a problem with issues of parking in our streets or by our schools. Look at Georgetown Marie Martineau Primary School, for example. We have vehicles parked on the corner of the street and where kids and parents have to walk to come to school. That is dangerous. And they don't see that this is something that is really serious and dangerous. Instead of them acting out the laws, they go back to the station and report that they found nothing, they saw nothing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's have the deputy leader respond to you, caller.
Yes, Mr. Corner, I want to say thank you to the caller for that, and I totally 100% agree with her. This is a topic that we both share a serious passion for, and I would encourage her to go back to the Finance Committee recording on YouTube, where I put the exact same things she spoke about to the police commissioner. Unfortunately, there's a growing culture of what I'm fearful that will happen is a broken window syndrome, whereby the police every day just drive by, walk by with things that we know are against the law as if there's nothing. And I'm certain that if a police officer drove through town today, they can probably see about 20 violations of one code or the other, whether it's DCI related with trade and business or whether it's traffic violations, whether it's environmental violations. I agree with her wholeheartedly. The police are not doing a good enough job holding people accountable. And it's changing our culture and our way of life in Cayman. But the unfortunate balance that is here is we don't have control over the police by way of Section 55. To be honest with you, I think the police commissioner, he's a Caymanian, and I'm proud of him. I think he's doing as best as he can, but I think he needs to be more strict in his approach. And eventually, if he doesn't, the ball is going to come down on him by way of addressing these things, and the Caymanian public is becoming unsettled by watching things continue to happen. I brought it up with him, and I gave him the respect that is due to him, but he has to also be accountable because he's in charge of the police, and the police need to do their job. So I agree with the caller. The broken window syndrome that is happening, where we don't pay attention to the little small stuff, but as they say, one cocoa full basket, and the basket is going to probably end up being the change of Cayman culture and behavior of a clean place, a safe place, a place where people want to be proud to be around. It's just so many violations that are small, and the police turn a blind eye to it, and not trying to undermine the police because they've done a good job in reduction of serious crimes. And the report for the police, the annual report for the police shows a reduction in serious crime. But I think the magnitude of all these small crimes is just as important to the Cayman and our economy as the larger serious crimes. And I expect him to do his job. So I'll encourage the caller to go back to YouTube and see the questioning that we put to him and his commitments to the country.
Certainly. Deputy Leader, just let us know when you have to leave us. We're going to go to a commercial break. In the meantime,
I'll do one more wrap-up, and then I'm going to run because we start at 10.
Okay, excellent. Folks, please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite band-aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. But don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Your dream home starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
Big news at Cayman Airways. We've added more flights to Miami and airfares start from just $80 US each way plus taxes. You heard that right. This fare is less than the taxes and fees. Whether you need a day trip or an afternoon flight on a Friday, Cayman Airways has you covered for that Miami trip with fares as low as $80 US each way. Some conditions apply and these cheap seats are limited, so hurry and book your seats today at CaymanAirways.com. More flights, more trips, more Miami with Cayman Airways.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Tune in every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. for Radio Cayman's Midday Newscast. Radio Cayman, the People's Station, your trusted official source for the latest news. The 12 p.m. news is proudly brought to you by Health City Cayman Islands. World-class healthcare within your reach.
For the record, with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. We have the Deputy Leader of the Opposition, MP Kenneth Bryan, on one line. We have callers on the other line, two callers. We're going to try to entertain those two callers because we know that MP Bryan has to attend Finance Committee, which is scheduled to start at 10 o'clock, so we don't want him to be late for that. MP Bryan, should we grab the next caller?
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, OC. Good morning, Minister Bryan.
Good morning. Good morning. Good to hear your voice.
Thank you very much. Good to hear you all talking about the traffic and the police and whatnot. I would say this, especially on weekends, but all during the week, but especially on weekends. If they could make a lot of money for government, their paychecks would be right there on Saturday morning if they do it on Friday night. Like I tell you, people driving up and down with blue headlights. Some has blue in the front and red and green in the front. Somehow, it's like a Christmas tree coming toward you. Another thing I see is cars with one light, and you think, oh my goodness, this is a motorbike. And it's actually a car or any vehicle with the four wheels, but you're thinking it's a motorbike. Then you see with no back lights, but front lights, no back lights, they can make a whole lot of money for us, but they don't seem to care. Now, I'm not accusing all of them, because it's good and bad everywhere in every job, but it need to be. And as soon as, mostly it's Caymanians talking about it, we begin to talk, then you hear, okay, we got to put more police out there. Now I see thing on Facebook this morning, I think it's Facebook, 45 more police next year, starting next year. But what's the sense of putting a whole lot of police, and we don't have any traffic police, just a few? What is the sense? Have them properly trained if we have to bring the English military down here, or send them to England to have them properly trained, because they're not properly trained. And that's my thing for today. And I am sure that people see these people driving with blue lights and all color lights in the front. Mm-hmm. I'm sure that. But I thank you very much, and I thank Mr. Bryan, and thank you for the time.
Thank you very much, caller. MP Bryan, we're going to take the next caller, and then you can address both, at the same time. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Yeah, this is my third time calling. It seems as if I'm getting cut off.
Caller, we're trying to accommodate as many callers as we can, so that is why.
Okay. All right, I'll take that.
Go right ahead.
I appreciate what Deputy has said. I know he knows that I'm always hitting the nail on the head. But at the end of the day, we cannot sit down and wait until somebody get hurt before the police act. And as we can see, other people are calling with the same concerns. I mean, there's a lot of ways that we can have revenue brought in if we can have the agencies do the jobs that they are hired to do. You understand? Because in what the lady says as well about these blue lights and stuff, they tend to change when they go to relicense their vehicles. They're not going to go there with any blue lights or anything. That's why the police should act on it when they see it. But there's a lot of things that the police should act on that they're turning a blind eye to. And I also would like to ask Deputy regarding PSU. What is the purpose of PSU? Because at the end of the day, I feel that we should not have police investigating police, because at the end of the day, police covers up for police. So I think it should be a private sector named PSU or running PSU, not aired or linked to the police themselves, because they are police investigating police. What I've proven for quite some time is that police has been covering for police. Let me know your thoughts, please, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Caller, MP?
Yeah, thank you so much, OC. I guess I'll start with the previous caller first. Obviously, you can hear the call for more police action. This is something that has happened year on year on year on year on year. And if anybody from the official Royal Command Police Service is listening, I think what they're hearing is you have an authority, a support by the public to come down harder on police violations and breaking of the law. I think we had to take a no-nonsense approach, but we've heard that before. And I think what people are saying is that we want to see action, not only talk. Because, I mean, I get what one of the callers said, 40 more police officers, but will that actually result in changes in respect to what we're doing on our policing. Now, I just want to read out something. I sent something to you, OC, which is the statement by the Royal Command Police Service, which was read out in Parliament. But the section in respect to traffic management and road safety, it says there are now more than 60,000 vehicles on our roads, Mr. Chair, and the 2024 Royal Command Police record of 3,253 vehicle accidents, including 14 fatalities and 34 serious injuries. To reduce these risks, the OCP will prioritize enhanced traffic enforcement and road safety campaigns, supported by additional staffing and technology to monitor compliance and improve Royal Cayman Islands Police Service response times. Now, those are the words of the Royal Cayman Police Service. The only thing we can do is try to hold them accountable, particularly from an opposition perspective. And I think what we're hearing is people saying, okay, I keep on hearing you say that. We want to see the action. So I think the RCIPS should feel comfortable that the public is behind them and put their feet down. As per the second caller, thought process of police investigating police, I see the concern, but I think the bigger picture is if we're worried about a council or committee that does investigations of police and then it wouldn't be fair, that must mean that we are worried about potential corruption within the police service. And that's even a bigger issue, whereby if you think that there can't be, believable committees within the police force to hold their counterparts accountable, then we have a bigger problem. But I see her concern, and maybe for perception purposes, so there don't seem to be any conflict of interest, maybe a panel made up of former judges and maybe having, a 1/3 element from the police service there for investigating police internal matters may be a good idea. So at least the public don't feel that, there's favoritism and they don't actually hold the police accountable. Because what we're talking about this morning is accountability of the Royal Cayman Police Service to hold our country crime-free, as well as not only from crimes, but accountable for the standard upon which we want here in the Cayman Islands. So I hear both callers, and the opposition fully supports that approach in respect to, taking accountability in our country, because we need that, because otherwise we won't be Cayman anymore. With OC, with that being said, I encourage the public, though the statements are on the Parliament website, you can also hear it on replay on Radio Cayman. And if they want to, and they have accessibility to YouTube, it says Finance Committee sittings, and you can find the dates. We've been in there since last week. You just find whatever date, and it will tell you the schedule of who was on, which minister, which questioning, and so forth. And obviously, the opposition will be back on the radio next week and the following weeks as we come up closer to Christmas to discuss more, because we do have another important bill coming on December the 10th, and that's the Immigration Reform Bill. So a lot more to talk about.
Okay. You're closing off now, MP?
Yeah, I think that'll be a good place. I don't want to make the chairman upset, because tourism is up first this morning. So that is important to me as former minister. So I don't want to be late. I want to say thank you so much to your listening audience. I appreciate it and look forward to seeing you on Wednesday next week. Don't be afraid to call me anytime. If there's any other questions, I'm happy to call. And even if it's not on a Wednesday, I like this new efficiency area where we can do calls and answer the people from the phone. That way, if we can't make it in, we can do it this way. So thank you again for having me on. And I encourage everybody to listen to the proceedings. And I'll see you possibly next week, Wednesday, if not before.
Okay. And thank you very much for making yourself available, as well and accessible.
Let's have a good day.
Okay, with that, folks, we're going to take our last commercial break. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly. If there are any callers on hold, we will take your calls as soon as we return.
She hear clunk and her car stop. I was just about to send her some money, so I send it straight to her JN Money Transfer card. It cost me less, and perhaps she use the card, pay the garage right away. She'll get discount through the JN Rewards program in Jamaica. This card make things easy. You can even get funds at any multi-link ATM.
JN Money Transfer Card. Fast, affordable, convenient. Tell your loved ones in Jamaica about it. Sign up is free.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Hey, new drivers, don't just drive smart. Cynical and Inspire Cayman's Safe Driver program will show you how. Get real-life simulator training and classroom sessions to help you gain experience, stay alert, and avoid accidents. Learn to recognize risk, manage fatigue, and make smart choices behind the wheel. Certified participants may even pay less for Cynical motor insurance. Learn more and register at cynical.ky. Cynical, keeping Cayman covered.
The year's largest Black Friday sale is back at Kirk Freeport. Enjoy 4 days of once-a-year deals on luxury jewelry, watches, fragrances, accessories, and more. From Thursday, November 27th until Monday, December 1st, find unbeatable discounts, up to 75% off of your favorite brands, located across Kirk Freeport's network of locations. Shop brands such as Pandora, Fossil, Citizen, and more. Visit kirkfreeport.com for store details.
The Super American Circus is back in Grand Cayman, December 5th to 7th at the Lions Center Christmas Village. Experience jaw-dropping aerial ballet, thrilling high-wire acts, acrobats, a BMX stunt team, comedy, clowns, and non-stop holiday magic. It's 45 minutes of fun and excitement for all ages, supporting acts of random kindness and one-to-one charities. 8 shows, 3 days. Get your tickets now at ticketsplus.ky or eventpro.ky. The Super American Circus, where holiday magic meets world-class entertainment.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. We're on the last leg of the show this morning. We have 2 callers, one on the regular line, one on the WhatsApp. I believe we're taking the WhatsApp caller first. Good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Orrett Connor.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Okay, and you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, I heard you all speaking about people littering early on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my concern is the landfill, and I've noticed that the government is not mentioning anything being put in place when it comes to recycling and making it a law that there are garbage bins that can be collected with items being separated, such as glass, plastics, cardboard, cans, and so forth. And if these things aren't separated, then they won't be collected. And if it's not done properly, you will be charged. Because I don't hear the government having anything in place concerning a new landfill. And as long as the government is putting more garbage into that garbage dump on a daily basis than what's coming out, that garbage dump is only going to get worse. The population has grown now almost twice as much as what it was. And covering it up, like sweeping the dirt under the carpet, isn't going to solve the problem concerning that landfill. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, caller, for that. And my only comment in relation to that would be, we heard in the last administration there was a pilot program that was established. I believe it was in the Prospect, Red Bay area, I believe, in relation to a new type of garbage container. And I believe the trucks had the ability to be able to accommodate those garbage bins. Haven't heard any more about that. And if there's someone out there who knows about it or who may have participated in that pilot program, we would love to hear from you in relation to whether or not it is still ongoing, what has happened, with it, or if someone from the ministry is listening or from the Department of Environmental Health, they may be able to bring us up to date in terms of what has happened with that pilot program project that was put in place. Let's grab the next caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, OC. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
And I'm doing bad, my friend. Try eat my breakfast and feed my chickens and all that.
Okay.
That fella there from Eastern still beat me to it.
Yeah, once you have something to eat, and especially if you produce it yourself, then that is good too, because you're able to sustain yourself.
Oh, that's how I decide to live. But that fella up there, I don't know what he eating, but he can't sleep. He beats me to 8 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but I soon get him. But OC, I was speaking yesterday regarding this news bulletin that came out. I'm not blaming the radio station. The radio station has no fault in that. It's the reports that come to the radio station, which is coming from the Royal Cayman Islands Police Force, for the radio station to give out these bulletins. And what it was regards of these two individuals on Cayman Brack trying to chop one another up at the local bar with machete. And it was stated in the news that they were two Cayman Brackers. Now, I stated yesterday on the other show that the listening public need to understand that the news was given wrong, not the news, the report was given wrong to the news station for them to give out the news that there was two Cayman Brackers. These was not Cayman Brackers. They were Jamaican nationals, OC.
And was the phrase Cayman Brackers used or Cayman Brack residents? Which one?
Cayman Brack residents.
Okay.
But the thing that I am taking back on is every time that a Caymanian is involved with anything, we are known as Caymanians. They call us by our name. But as soon as a foreign national is in trouble in the Cayman Islands, they withhold their nationality from them on the news and only mention Caymanians, discriminating us in our own country. I mean, we are down to nothing like what old people say, we have become the back part of the hog anyway. But the whole issue is they need to get their priorities right when they're sending news reports into the station, because people is blaming the station, but it's not the radio station. It's the report that's coming from the Royal Cayman Islands Police, and it's bad.
Now, would you accept the terminology if it just said Cayman Brack resident, because they are residing in the Brack, rather than identifying any nationality unless it is absolutely necessary to identify that nationality? Because at the end of the day, I don't think that we necessarily want to identify or implicate any particular nationality, because all what that really contributes to is to divisions, within our islands. I understand what you're saying, that it shouldn't be that they're identifying the individuals as native Brackers, but what is wrong with saying residents of the Brack?
But what is wrong with saying a Filipino national?
My question is, why should we say it? Why should we identify them?
Yeah, what I'm saying is we should identify them because we have that right as a country of nationality. We are the Caymanian people. We are being labeled as any and everybody, because if you watch foreign news, they labels the people as which country they come from. They don't discriminate against them. They just label them who they are.
Okay.
If you listen on the news sometime and you hear the Filipino people get in trouble, you hear them say Filipino national. You don't hear them saying no other nationality but just Caymanians and Filipino nationals. So what is wrong with calling the other ones, both the Cayman Brac residents? They are here on work permits. They are not here as permanent residents. They are.
But it didn't say that. They just say resident in the Cayman Islands, being used in a general sense.
In a general sense.
Yeah.
In a general sense, yes, I understand that, OC. And I just wish Dr. Steve is one that we could take this a little further. But anyway, I just want to clear that up, that the people will know who
it is. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but OC, something will bother me quickly before your time run out.
Sure.
When the Mr. I forget his name now, but just on the tip of my tongue, that came up here about the immigration rules and regulations.
Minister Michael Miles.
Yeah, they mentioned him, and the other gentleman mentioned something that really tickled me and didn't line up with me. They said if you bring a child into the Cayman Islands, now you can bring that child here at 6 months old. Once that child become able to go to preschool and daycare and preschool and into the primaries and into the high school, once that child graduates, now you're talking about 17 years. Once that child graduates, that child has the right to apply for a Caymanian citizenship status, whatever you want to. They have that right. So, OC, tell me, what happened to all of those 17 years? Where's the parents? Where's the parents?
That's
17 years.
That's a hypothetical.
You see where I'm coming from? So what is wrong that the government not looking after the system? They're focusing on the kids. But so what's happening with the parents? Why are we allowing the parents to stay here and work so long and taking other jobs away from other people for 17 years?
Okay, and did you take the opportunity to respond to the consultation in that regard?
My problem was, OC, I didn't know about it later.
But the consultation only ended on the 14th. I think they were up there in the BRAC long before the 14th.
Yeah, and I was more focusing on the Marine meeting on this meeting. But if I knew that was going to happen or things like that was going to be brought up, up to yesterday I was saying I really wish I was to that meeting. But I was hoping Dr. Stewart is one. I wanted to ask him that same question.
Okay.
So what is government implementing for parents to be here for 17 years while their kids are in school?
Got you, caller. Caller, I'm going to ask you to leave us there so that we can entertain one more caller before we go off the air. That's a rhetorical question, and hopefully we can come back to that. But I would imagine that there is a little bit more in the proposed legislation than just the person being here for those 17 years. One would imagine that they're not going to be here by themselves as well. So we have to look at the entirety of the proposed legislation and in particular, that particular section of it. Last caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good question. Y'all took away my work permit,
That was a temporary one. Now you have to apply for continuation for the 1 year.
And it sounds like going for permit expired too. What a mess. What a mess we in. Mr. Connor, how are you?
I'm good. And yourself?
Well, I'm thankful. We're not going to have time to talk, so I got just reminiscing with you a little bit until the time is up. Because I want to talk about.
Well, let's try. Let's get it on. Let's start it out and see where we end up.
Okay. All righty. In regards to looking for more police officers, do you know where they are bringing these officers from?
No idea. I haven't followed up on that. Because I heard someone mention the other day something about 44 officers being recruited. Is that what you're talking about?
Something in that category, and there's a rumor that must be like 13 nationalities from our neighboring country is going to be part of our police department or force. I say, Mr. Connor, we need a police academy school in this Cayman Island to get our people, our Caymanians that we do have left,
into a academy school to let them learn what a policeman's job is all about and so forth. And we send it all over the world to bring people here to do policing for our island that we've been doing for donkey years, don't get me wrong. But I tell you what, the officer that we brought in when I was a child, and then our locals next to them, they were what you call genuine police officers. They did their jobs. They wasn't afraid of the sun, and they wasn't scared of the rain. And they had their windows down if anybody holding for help. And they was very vigilant. Their eyes was all over Cayman. They protected us. Now we don't have them kind of police officers no more. And I tell you the honest God truth, I'm getting kind of steamy, so I think I'd better leave this show for Charlo later because me and him can really whine, not when I get on our station with him.
Okay.
I better leave this for him.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, you take care when you have a real open line for the whole 2 hours, then we'll talk.
Okay, all right. You take care.
You have a good one. Bye-bye.
Folks, I want to thank all of you who joined in the conversation this morning. I want to thank the Deputy Leader of the Opposition, MP Kenneth Bryan, for making himself accessible. And even if it's just via the phone lines, nothing wrong with that. As well, we have to get accustomed to taking different approaches. As far as communications is concerned, we shouldn't, find ourselves bogged down, using one particular strategy as opposed to others, as well. But again, extremely thankful for him making himself available, all of you who called in, and also to impress upon you that it is a talk show that lasts scheduled for 2.5 hours. We try to accommodate as many callers as we can. Yes, there are occasions when there are not many callers calling in, and we have to resort to sharing additional information, with you, and we do that as well. But when we do have callers queued up, we try to divide that time as equitably as possible, using the word in the meaning of the word equitable to mean fair, to be as fair as possible, give everyone an equal opportunity to get their views, across. Of course, we in Cayman, we are extremely verbose. We love to talk. We love to talk long. And everything that we have to say, it usually is in a story format. Unfortunately, talk shows really are not designed to accommodate that, but we do our best, and we know that our callers recognize that as well, and they do their best to get their points across. When we do that, then we're able to accommodate more and more callers as well. Folks, I invite you to join Mr. Charles Glidden at Charlo at 12:15 for Talk Today. Don't forget, the Finance Committee in our Parliament continues as well. Also, I want to remind you that we are our brothers and our sisters' keepers. There is always someone out there who's less fortunate than we are. And I ask you to extend a helping hand to them. If you can't do that, then I suggest you donate to a worthy charity, because we always want to consider those who need, not necessarily those who want, or even those who crave. And again, while, the weeks are going by now, we need to remember the people, population, the residents of Jamaica and what they are enduring at this point in time. And we should not lose sight of that. We should not forget it, because they have an extremely, extremely long path to recovery. No one should know that better than us here in the Cayman Islands, because we endured it after Hurricane Ivan. So we know what it is like. And again, continue to support the people of Jamaica as well. Have a great day, folks. And as usual, we ask the good Lord to continue to bless these three beautiful, wonderful Cayman Islands.
For the Record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury. Doctors Hospital, peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. Kirk Market, experience a world of choice. JN Money, from abroad to Yad. And Cineco, keep